What's up, guys? A few things I want to talk about today. First of all, Jason Momoa, James Wan, and Amber Heard have all been sharing pictures to announce the wrap for the production of Aquaman. So, James Wan, the director, shared a pretty cool picture, and Jason Momoa shared a picture on Instagram playing a guitar. Forgot who he said he got to meet, but he mentioned that after 114 days of filming, they finally wrapped production, so that will move into post-production now. And Amber Heard also shared some pictures on her Instagram of her and Jason Momoa having a good time together to celebrate the wrap of Aquaman. So that's exciting, and seeing as how it doesn't come out until next December, that just gives us an idea of how long it takes to finish up these movies that are very heavy with the visual effects and take a lot of CGI and, you know, computer editing and all that stuff. So that's wrapped up. And then also to do with Aquaman, there was a video and some pictures of like behind the scenes type of photos of Amber Heard and Jason Momoa on a beach in their Aquaman uniforms, attire, costumes, whatever you want to call it. So we see Jason Momoa as Aquaman in some different armor that we haven't seen him in yet in any of the Justice League footage or promos. This is a different armor. You can tell there in the pictures. It's like a more brownish color. It looks different from the green, the dark green and gold armor that we've been seeing him in and will see him in Justice League when he's completely armored up. Amber Heard, we've seen this costume for her for Mira. There was like a picture that was shared a while back of her in this costume. This is also a different costume from her armor uniform that we'll see her in Justice League. We see a quick glimpse of her in the armored suit in one of the trailers for Justice League. I believe it was the San Diego Comic-Con trailer when they showed her. And that's pretty much all we've seen of her as far as Justice League promotion, which is understandable. She's not a main character. She's more of a supporting character. And we also remember seeing her in the armored suit a while back when it was, I think Zack Snyder shared it, right? I think it was Zack Snyder. The one of her standing in front of the rocks on the beach. That was, I think, the first time we got a good look of her full armored suit. And I love the suits that they've designed for Aquaman and Mira. They're beautiful. Their armored suits look really awesome. So it'd be kind of crazy just seeing Jason Momoa and Amber Heard walking around on the beach in these crazy costumes, right? It'd be pretty cool. But also in DC movie news, the Shazam director, David F. Sandberg, announced on Reddit that we can expect a April 2019 release for the Shazam movie. We are expecting the Shazam movie to start production here in February, in a few months. He mentioned on Reddit that what I was saying earlier, these visual effects movies that don't have a lot of practical effects, they take a long time to make. So that's not necessarily just filming, but you know, all the CG effects and everything that goes into making these movies look realistic, like real and believable, takes a long time. So and also his character is probably going to be somewhat challenging because he's a kid that has to transform into this grown big superhero, this godlike character, right? So that's gonna be a challenge. I'm expecting for it to look, like I said, real and believable, like he's transforming, and we don't want it to look cheesy, you know. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to get all that stuff worked out and to look good. Still no announcement on who has been cast in Shazam or as Shazam, as Billy Batson, as him as a young teenager, or as a grown man. So I don't know, I still find it hard to believe that they don't have someone to play him when they're starting production in February, because I mean, we see the castings for these big like the main characters are announced like very far in advance most of the time, and which is understandable because they have to make their suits, and I mean, they have to know who's gonna play the main person, the main character, right? I think that some of this stuff is being kept a secret because they want to wait until after Justice League comes out, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's pretty late in the game for them not to have someone cast as Shazam. And I know some people think that something like that wouldn't be able to stay as a secret, like it would get leaked out because it's too big of an announcement to not get out somehow, but they have their ways of keeping things under, without getting released to the public. I mean, for instance, probably the biggest part of Justice League that hasn't been leaked or released is how and when Superman comes back, and they've managed to do a good job of keeping that a secret. So I don't know, I think that we'll probably hear more stuff after Justice League comes out about these other movies. So for 2019, excuse me, that means we can expect Shazam and Wonder Woman comes out at the end of December, December 2019. So that's 2 DC movies in that year. But I think there was another undisclosed 2019 release date, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to find out what that other one is soon enough. And then also Zack Snyder is still sharing behind the scenes photos of Justice League, which he will be over the course of the next month. He shared this one yesterday of some Amazons posing with the Batmobile, so that's a pretty cool picture I wanted to also include in this video, and I'm excited to see what other pictures he shares leading up to the release of Justice League. Oh, also in my previous video I said that Justice League tickets are expected to go on sale October 30th. Well, now I'm seeing that they're probably going to go on sale sooner than that. So this upcoming week, somewhere probably between the 24th and the 26th. So that's what I've been seeing on Twitter. And so we'll see. I know there's a lot of debate and arguments going on about the runtime being, 121 minutes, 170 minutes, whatever. We'll just have to wait until tickets go on sale, and then we'll know for sure what the runtime is. I think 121 minutes, which is like exactly 2 hours and 1 minute or whatever, I think that would be a little too short. I know I'll be happy with the movie regardless, but it just feels like there's probably too much going on to try to cram into 2 hours. All of our DCEU movies have been at least 2.5 hours so far, and they're not like, the only really team-up movie we've had is Suicide Squad, but, all the rest of them have been solo movies. So Man of Steel, well, BVS wasn't really a solo movie, but it wasn't a bunch of characters like Justice League. And then we had Wonder Woman, so, I mean, all of those movies were pretty good length. Some of them, I mean, close to 3 hours. The Ultimate Edition of BVS was 3 hours. So, I don't know. I'm also saying that the 121 minutes thing is just a placeholder as of now, and that, when tickets go on sale, then we'll know the more accurate runtime. So that's what I think is probably more believable at this point. So don't panic, everybody. I'm sure it'll be longer than that. Zack Snyder tends to make longer movies. Even, Watchmen is pretty long. So that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. Also wanted to give a shout out to my patron Neil, and I think you probably know why. As always, thank you to my viewers, subscribers, my patrons, and as always, guys, there's links in the description for you to check out, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.